Hi guys, I am Markus Schulz here in Miami. The whole thing started with the fans, and I've embraced it. I think it's really cool. Somebody had tweeted it, and then I retweeted their tweet, and it just caught fire. And I like the fact that the fans understand that I'm not your typical trance music, your rainbows and unicorn trance music. So that's what that's all about, and I embrace it. Like I said, I've always been into melodies. Even the uplifting melodies, I love melodies, but at the same time, I'm always looking for something a little dark. I was inspired by classic rock like Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin, stuff like that. So I'm into trance, melodic stuff, but definitely has a darker, more edgier touch. I'm very proud of my radio show, Global DJ Broadcast. Ever since I was a little kid, I was into radio. I studied radio. I used to spend hours just listening to the radio, and I remember, the radio used to get me through really hard times. So I always said I want to give back at some point and be able to do, touch people the way that I was touched when I was going through hard times with music through the radio. So I'm very proud of the radio show. It's been going strong for almost 10 years now, and it's heard on over 100 stations around the world. So I'm really proud of it. Well, Coldharbour Recordings was started, when I first moved to London. My studio was on Coldharbour Lane. So all of my productions, everything, I put the Coldharbour tag to it. And, SMG I started that because as a label, there's only so much that you can do to help an artist, but there's so many things that I'm able to do to help an artist, and I want to be able to help other people achieve their dreams. I mean, I say this a lot, but I've achieved more than I could ever imagine in my career, and I want to see some other people realize that dream as well. I'm really lucky. I have a really good team, so I give them advice on what I see through my travels and everything, but I'm very lucky that I'm able to focus on the art. I'm not a businessman. I'm an artist. That's first for me, and I've always been true and stayed true to the art. So, I think that's the most important thing, is just to have a good team around you. I'm inspired by the audience. Usually after an amazing gig, I get ideas. Even last night I played for 9-10 hours here at Space in Miami, and afterwards I'm full of ideas, so I can't wait to get back in the studio, and it's all because of the audience. The audience is always inspiring me. I feed off the crowd. I started off as a clubber. I used to go to the clubs and dance all night long, so I just tap into the feeling that I used to have when I was on the other side of the DJ booth. And that's what really keeps me going. I vibe off of the crowd. If the crowd is flat, sometimes I'm not, I have a hard time. But I'm, very lucky that the crowd's always up for a good time, especially here in Miami. So it's just, they just feed me. I love discovering new artists. I prefer, to be honest, I love working with new artists more than like established artists, because when you work with a new artist, there's this new energy. They're just excited and they're enthusiastic, and that's what I look for. Someone who's really like enthusiastic, open-minded, because every artist has their own ideas, their own vision, but at the same time, I want to work with an artist who is open, because I travel the world. I see dance floors from all over the world. I see what works and what doesn't work. So I try and give that information, put that information in my productions or whoever I'm working with. One artist that I'm really proud of that I just discovered is Liz Primo. She sent me a demo, and it was like kind of a down-tempo, like dubstep-y kind of track, and I was like, this song is fantastic, but it needs like a totally different jacket. It needs a totally different feel. And she was one of those artists who was up for it, And we worked together on this track. It's called Blown Away. It's on my new artist album, Scream 2. And, I'm really, really proud of the track. And I think it's, it's one of those tracks that people are going to embrace for a long, long time, because it has that special element to it. Everything's on its head now. It's new generation, new clubbers, new producers, new sounds. Everything is exciting again. For a while the whole scene kind of got a little tired, you know, a little stale. But I'd say over the last 2-3 years, everything's been flipped around, and there's so much new excitement, new energy, and you know, I really look forward to seeing how all these new people kind of their palates start to get refined. You know, I think that's what happens. Everybody has a gateway style of music, and then your palate gets refined. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how this new generation just kind of evolves. You know, right now, the United States is the envy of the world. And I'm super proud to be part of the U.S. scene. You know, it's incredible. What I see happening in the U.S. right now is kind of what happened in Europe in the early millennium. You know, the early millennium, everybody was talking about how dance music was just the biggest thing in Europe. And I'm seeing the same thing happen right now here in the U.S. It's really exciting, and like I said, I'm really proud to be part of it. I always try and put drama and theatrics in my music and my sets. And I think for me that's the most important thing. You can't just do the same thing for 2-3 hours, let alone for 10 hours. There has to be peak and valleys. You have to take the crowd on a journey. You have to give them different soundscapes. And luckily I have very eclectic tastes in music, so when I do my DJ sets, it's you know, I draw inspiration from all over the place, from whether it be techno to progressive to trance to even, you know, some classic rock influences. I think that's the most important thing. You got to have eclectic taste. My rider calls for 4 CDJs and a Pioneer mixer. So I just, as long as I can plug in my USB, that's it. And of course, you know, I carry my laptop everywhere. And that's it. That's all I need. I just need my passport, my laptop, and a credit card, and my USB stick, and I can go anywhere in the world. You know, any party. I'm ready to go. I'm very mobile. You got to follow your heart. That's the most important thing. Is follow what it is that's inside of you as an artist, and then just go for it. I mean, one of the things is if you chase something and you become big and famous chasing something, you're going to burn out because you're not truly happy. I really feel that you have to not chase, but you have to figure out who it is that you are as an artist, and then go down that path. It's a lot more rewarding. It's all about the fans. And I always say those kind of things they're nice. You know, my mom is happy and proud of it. But at the end of the day, it's about the fans. And when the fans, you know, support you like that, it really is a nice feeling. Because I've always gone against the grain. You know, I've zigged when everybody else zagged. And for the fans to embrace me when I'm doing something different, I think that speaks more on the fans than it does on me. Well, you know, I just finished my artist album Scream 2, so now I'm working on remixes. I'm looking forward to getting back in the studio and working on some more darker, deeper Dakota stuff. And then I'm just about ready to get on a bus and travel the United States for a month, you know, doing shows all over the United States on my Scream bus tour. Hi, this is Markus Schulz, and you are watching GRAMMY Pro.